Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the 144,000 and 130 elect of the nation of Israel. I'm the brother Kabash from the Jim Atlanta camp, and I'm here with the whole 45 lessons through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. And in this lesson, I'm going to get into this article by the independent source or news source. It reads, layoffs are piling up, heightening worker anxiety. Here are some of the biggest job cuts recently, posted by Wyatt Grantham Phillips a day ago. Along with this, you got a government shutdown in the air again, due to the Democrats wanting Trump to reform ISIS from, doing what they're doing in the society, make it less violent and defunding the big spending that Trump is issuing to ICE, which these congressmen they don't care about the people, man. They in bed with Trump as well too, but they make it look like it's a good guy versus bad guy, which is not the truth. So the Democrats is going to strike a deal with Trump, which they supposed to come to a decision for a certain amount of time. If not, then it's going to be a government shutdown, and this time they say it may be forever, man. And also, too, a lot of people ain't going to get paid, and a lot of flights are still going to be getting canceled even more, even longer than the last shutdown. So we see that the elite banking families are shutting down America, causing America to have a collapse. We had the Greatest Depression. The powers that be is keeping America afloat. It's not America itself. You got people with 3-4 jobs. It's not helping. You got the government administration talking all type of business ways that America can be great again, which is not so. The Lord is tearing down this place, and it's all prophecy. This is starting at the head of this article. See the picture right here: Amazon, UPS, Target, Lufthansa, Conoco, Intel, P&G, Nestle, and Microsoft. Every sector of society, or should I say every sector in the work industry is collapsing, man. These retail stores also, they may be building here and there, but they really ain't building, man. You may see a new store being built, but that store ain't gonna last long. There's a lot of stuff they building that's not really being occupied. A lot of their projects is being halted. A lot of construction projects are being halted because they simply ain't got the money for it. But Trump is steadily putting a lot of money in the military and other miscellaneous things that really don't have no effect on the society as far as building it back up as it once was. This place is over with. The Lord said it was going to happen. It says as layoffs pile up, so like your tongue twist. As layoffs pile up, in the first paragraph, as layoffs pile up, workers are feeling increasingly anxious about the job market. The U.S. economists have said that businesses are largely at a no hire, no fire standstill, leading many to limit New York, if not pause openings entirely amid economic uncertainty. Hiring has stagnated overall, with the country adding a meager 50,000 jobs last month, down from a revised figure of 56,000 in number. But a growing list of companies are also cutting jobs. Employers have initiated layoffs across sectors, with many pointing to the rising operational costs that span from President Donald Trump's barrage of new tariffs, stubborn inflations, and shifts in spending from consumers whose outlook on the U.S. economy recently plummeted to its lowest level since 2014. Damn, that was over 10 years ago. At the same time, some businesses are reducing their workforces as they redirect money to artificial intelligence. There goes that technocracy again. You know, that's what America has to look forward to, is this new world order, and technocracy is at the head of it. It's a big influence and a major player in this new world order, alongside with the elite, the government of these societies, especially over here in America. Why? Because it's all prophecy, and also this is the devil's system that's going to be set up before the Lord comes back. And there ain't in no way of building this society up again, and having people to have some type of so-called freedom to where they can work and buy a house by simply saving money or investing. All of that's been taken away, man. No middle class no more. Which the middle class was really a exhibit for that. You know, you strap your boots up, or you get your money up by saving, having a good job, you know, building, you know, generational wealth, sending your kids through college, buying off your house, flipping it or selling it. You know, then you could have a good pension and retire. It's not so, because the middle class is cut off. They've been cut off since 2020. It was already in process even in 2008, but now it's here, and you only have the super rich, and you got the super poor. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So I'm going to read a couple of scriptures. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 15. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Yeah, so no work for Egypt is spiritually talking about Babylon the Great, which is America. You know, those are different names for America, because America is in that same spirit as those former captivities that our ancestors was a captivity in. You know, Egypt meaning double straits. You know, that's the meaning of Egypt, which it was a straits for us as a people of the Lord, Israel. And we were toiling all day. You know, in that world, we had in the ancient world, in Egypt, they had a 10-day calendar. And guess what? We would work each and every damn day. I think they probably only had one day when we was off. We was building those damn pyramids and stuff like that. Different treasure cities for Ramses and them. And guess what? The Lord got us up out of that captivity. The Lord's doing that in this time too. Guess what? There's no work in Egypt, which is America, which our people have built up, just like we built up ancient Egypt. And the Lord is destroying this Egypt through the Spirit. Verse 16. No, Salaki, that was it on that. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 verse 1, and it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, it's going to be so, because Jacob's trouble is getting heightened too, along with the hour of temptation being inevitable. You know, it could be months from now, because the dollar is on a time clock too. You know, it says really all cash is going to be not in circulation in the coming 800 and some odd days. I think 847 since last year. I think around October, September, late September, they posted that article. I think the World Economic Forum meeting was going into that. How cash is not going to be in circulation. Even the world reserve currency, which this dollar is backed by nothing anyway. And every country is converting to that digital system, which is going to be that RFID chip, which is going to be that mark of the beast that's written about in Revelation chapter 13. So we're seeing these prophecies come to pass. And guess what? There's going to be no pleasure in those times. And the Lord's going to pour out a plague upon you, Jates, that get that chip. You know, besides the missiles that's going to destroy you ultimately, which is that lake of fire. But you Jates going to get cancer. You're going to get rationed on it, you know, by the government on how much you can spend and what you can spend it on, etc. You know, it's going to be like your stimulus check in the time of, COVID-19, COVID-19. You know, in 2020, when they had those shutdowns, it was giving out stimulus checks. They're going to do the same thing with this chip at first, you know, try to appease you while they're setting it up to where now the only thing you can get on your chip is access to a concentration camp. This is how way out is going to be, man. So we seeking the Lord, us Israelites, the real Hebrew Israelites, us so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. And the reason why I say that is because we fit these scriptures of being Israelites, you know, along with the curses, but also what other nation is near to the Lord like we are. The characteristics of us, you know, our manners. You know, the Lord said Israel is a law unto himself. Even without the law, statutes, commandments, we still do the things that are custom of our people that are Israelites in the ancient world, all the way up to now. Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Romans chapter 8 verse 16 goes to that. So this is the Lord warning us before He comes and take back the world by force, which is in the judgment day. But He's going to do it by way of fire, famine, pestilences, and the sword. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Yeah, this wisdom being taken out is famine of the word, which is the sun and the light and the moon and the stars is symbolic of. And then too, in that day of the judgment, you know, it is going to be darkness everywhere when the Lord comes back, especially with that big ship, you know, along with great clouds of smoke from nuclear missiles and bombs going off. But there's going to be no wisdom out here, which is the truth. And also there's going to be no wisdom from these damn governments that's running these societies that we're living in. The only thing they're going to convert to you people is great wrath, insurrection. And Trump just revived that Insurrection Act that they signed in the 1800s. Why is he doing that now? Because they know they're about to shut this economy down again, but this time it's going to be for good. There's going to be no excuse for you people out here, especially you Jates, because the government want to destroy you anyway and just put you in perpetual slavery, just like he did when they first built up this country. But also his own people is going to be thrown under the bus too as well. That's not part of that aristocrat class that's ruling these societies, especially America. You know, these first developed societies, you know, outside of Russia and China, you know, the elite banking family we're talking about is mainly Esau banking families, the Rothschilds, Oppenheimers, the J.P. Morgans, the Rockefellers, you know, on down to the Dukes, you know, the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati. Verse 3, it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house should tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves." Yeah, the leaders, they're trembling now because they know that they have but a short time. They know they got to go to war. They know they got to fight this World War III in order to obtain, you know, the world as they so plan with this new world order. But it's not going to work. And then trickling on down to these CEOs, you know, they're hurrying up, resigning and cashing in their chips because they see that this economy is going to shits or to nothing. And they just selling you people that don't have the power dreams of this society is going to, you know, go back to normal. It's going to be prosperous again, which is all a lie. And the strong men should buy themselves, and the grinders cease. Yeah, the grinders is cease. There's a lot of job cuts, and it's going to continue that way. And a lot of retail stores, malls, all of these things are closing down, man. And you just still thinking that it's some type of opportunity over here in America. Y'all gonna see real soon because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be dark, and yet the windows of opportunity. It ain't no windows of opportunity. Microsoft is cutting, which is another form of Windows, you know, the internet. Microsoft is making cuts. You know, and they mainly letting these robots take over jobs that people had, especially in these corporations. Verse 4 says, "And the doors should be shut in the streets when the sound of the grind is low." Yeah, and that's when they're gonna start passing checks out to people. They made a cartoon about it. Elder Ariella made a video on it. I forgot, but it was a cartoon going into how they slowly but surely planted the people to stay in the house, but only go out when they issue money to them to go to the stores and do what they want to do. You know, probably take a little trip here and there. But then that ended up stopping, and then they ended up just being trapped in the house, just like the shutdowns. You know, and they would get money, but then they would have to spend it on a certain item. You know, they had a medical history, so they couldn't spend it on anything. You know, if they try to, they'll be denied because the system says so. So this is the reality of what we're heading into. Yeah, there's gonna be no more work, but the government is still gonna give you people rations to keep you at bay until they can fully have total control over y'all or everybody, and put us in concentration camps and get us in those re-education systems. And if you're not part of the re-education system, which they're gonna make you a slave in the society, then you're gonna be executed. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music should be brought low. Yeah, there's gonna be no more work out here, man. And those that don't worship the beast's image, the image of the beast, should be killed. That's gonna happen. If you're not being reformed in the society to be a slave with the chip in you, they are going to kill you. They're going to take you out. This last scripture I got, Amos chapter 9, verse, I think at the 10th verse. All the sinners of my people should die by the sword, which say the evil should not overtake nor prevent us. Yeah, so a lot of you just going to die because you believe in this damn Egypt. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. That's you Jakes out here, man. You going down to America, a place where you're held in bondage, asking for help, which the Lord really gave us those benefits. The Lord moved Esau to give us our daily bread, the shelter over our heads and clothes on our back. It wasn't this damn so-called white man because we worked so hard and because he have a change of heart. What the fuck you think he doing now to our people with this whole ISIS movement? Going over there bombing Venezuela and going into Guatemala, great wrath, and going into Mexico claiming that he's fighting against the cartel, but it's something way more worse than that. He's setting up his new world order, and he's doing it by force. And guess what? A lot of you Jace, you counted as casualties in this war. But guess what? The Lord is going to save his hopefully elect, those that believe. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.